Hello, hello, my beautiful soul tribe. This is Dawn. This is my channel, Ascend With Me Tarot. I have a layout here that I want to do for us today. And I was looking into as we're going through our ascension, right? What are we dealing with through this ascension path? What is spirit directing us to, right? Like, what do they want us to know? Things like that. But anyways, we're going to get into this. I went ahead and pulled the cards just to kind of get a head start on the energy. So hopefully this video doesn't take as long, or at least I can dig in deeper. But let's go ahead and ground ourselves, Soul Tribe. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, guys. So to start off with, I pulled an overall energy of where we're at on this path of ascension, right? In our personal journeys, we'll call it that, okay? We've got changes around love as the overall energy. So I'm looking at this as the catalytic energy for the awakening that you may be going through, okay? We're going to dig into it. And then I pulled, where are we? This is the overall energy, the catalyst energy. These energies are like the point that we're at, the point of ascension, Spirit called it. And so the point that we're at with our ascension is claiming our success, and that's the Malachite crystal. Then we've got the barite, which speaks about getting answers to our biggest questions, and the amethyst, which I'm wearing around my neck, but it speaks about get drunk on your higher self. So definitely, guys, we are right where we need to be, okay? Literally claiming success, getting answers to the mysteries, right? Our spiritual mysteries, our biggest questions, beautiful, and getting drunk on our higher self. Now, the next card is about what is our challenge? What is our current challenge on the path that we're on right now? And the chakra card was the solar plexus. So taking our power back in regards to self-worth and self-esteem is the challenge point. And then the ancestral advice, we have direction guardian, choose your path, and heart guardian, love and let yourself be loved. Okay? And I thought that was pretty interesting that we started out with changes around love as our overall energy. So this is the catalyst energy. So gaining new views around how we love, how we accept love, how we view love, things like that. And then it's ending with us choosing a new path in regards to loving ourselves, in regards to the views of how we love, okay? And then on the bottom of this ancestor deck, we have trader, exchange energy to create abundance. Okay, so what I'm getting from this is not blocking ourselves off from love, right? Not whatever this catalyst energy is that we're going to dig into, not letting it create blocks in our lives has been very important. Instead of blocking off the energy of love through these changes, we're meant to expand our perception around love, right? And the love of self, the love of self-worth, the love of self-esteem, the love of higher self, okay? And as we reframe, I'm hearing, as we reframe these perceptions around love, okay, we're moving forward towards an open heart and an open path is what I'm hearing. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I want to talk about these changes around love. Spirit, can you please tell us the changes around love? What has changed for us in regards to our perception around love? What has changed is, friendships, okay? The way we view companionship, friendship, lovership. It says, be as good a friend to yourself as you are to others. So, it's about pouring energy back into ourselves, okay? And feeling okay doing that, right? Knowing that that's what's necessary. Listening, and look, there's a bird on her shoulder. It's like listening to your higher self. This is even though it's a bird, it's your higher self. It's your spirit self whispering in your ear, right? Telling you what you need. directing you on how you should heal, how you should perceive the world around you. Okay, and being willing to accept whatever changes may come in, play here to clear the space, to make space for yourself, right? To make space for the things that are needed, that you need. It says the quality of your life has more to do with what you remove from your life than what you add to it. So give yourself the gift of space. Okay, beautiful. So creating space for self is very important right now. Okay, so let's just look at what you guys could have been experiencing around love real quick before we move on. Spirit, so what has changed? So there was a catalyst. So what was the catalytic energy for this change around love? What was the catalytic energy for my soul tribe? Father God, Holy Spirit, thank you for this day. Ancestors, thank you. Okay. Trying to hold, okay, so what I'm getting from, justice, you receiving balance, you receiving fairness, and releasing the things that are not balanced for you. Relationships, right? Releasing relationships that keep you out of balance has been very important for this step forward, right? For this ascension, I'm hearing. And releasing the need for justice, though. Like releasing the need to hold on to past injustices, right? Waiting for karma to come in for others. Waiting for justice to come in and make things right. Releasing the need for justice and truly just loving from a higher space in your heart. Loving from a higher space in your mind. No matter what, right? Like holding a space of love instead of holding on to this space of needing justice, right? Looking at someone, whether, these folks that have been your catalyst to change your perception around love, right? Not holding on, waiting. Yeah, look, we got waiting on the bottom with the 3 of Wands. Not holding yourself back, waiting for justice, waiting for people to treat you fairly, waiting for people to perceive your worth or to give you the worth that you know that you've been waiting. It's like waiting on others to give you the love, holding back, right? Waiting for justice, waiting for people to be balanced with you in the same way that you've been balanced with them, and holding yourself back because of that. Like no longer doing that in regards to friendship, family, love, right? You're creating the change by loving yourself, by tapping into your own self-esteem, your own self-worth, and moving forward in a bold way, not waiting for justice is kind of what I'm getting, because justice is not yours to wait on. Justice is the divine's to decide when, who, and how he's going to perform that, right? So we don't hold ourselves back waiting for a lover to balance something out or to be fair to us, right? Okay? We've got the High Priestess. So as you let go of the need for justice or the need for someone to see your worth or the need to hold yourself back for others, right? You're opening your intuition up and you're opening up a true divine connection when it comes to love. Divine soulmate relationship, okay? By releasing the need for justice or fairness, and by releasing these unbalanced give and taking energies when it comes to love, whether it's friend, lover, family, it doesn't matter, right? By releasing what doesn't serve you here, which is these uneven energies, releasing the need to hold yourself back, waiting for others to see your worth. As you release that, you're opening up your intuition, you're opening up your path of ascension, and you're moving towards the 2 of Cups, which is soulmate energy. Okay, it is soulmate energy, but it's union of your soul. It's your soulmate is your higher self, I'm getting, right? So it's the union of your soul with your higher self. Let's talk about the 2 of Cups, Spirit. Please, one more on this 2 of Cups. And following your intuition in regards to moving from situations lovingly and in a healing way. The Star card, right? So following your intuition to move forward, not holding on to resentment, not holding on to past pain, not holding on to unbalanced energy, waiting for things to be set right, but truly choosing you and moving forward, changing your perception on love, following it from your higher self's guidance in a healing way, healing perspectives. Moving forward, you are the star, okay? You have wish fulfillment and you have a wish fulfillment of healing, okay? Because you're able to gain a change in the way you've been perceiving love. You have a new perception of what is love, okay? And you've taken your self-worth and your self-esteem back from these situations that you've been holding back, waiting for balance, waiting for people to change, for example, right? Waiting for people to see your worth, things like that. It's like their ability to see your worth or not see your worth is not, it doesn't affect you. It shouldn't affect you. It doesn't base your worth. Your worth is not based on another's ability to acknowledge that or not, okay? And as you release the need to hold yourself back or wait for others to acknowledge your worth or to give you the love that you've been given them, right? These people, places, or things. As you release the need to hold yourself back for those things, you open yourself up for this higher self's ascension, right? You open yourself up to be intuitively, spiritually guided into soul unions, right? And yes, this is soul union with your higher self, but as you come into union with your higher self, I'm hearing that you also come into union with others that are in their higher self, which is your true soul group, okay? You come into union with it, all of your relationships become relationships of union when you're in your higher self, I'm hearing. Wow, that's beautiful. So all of your relationships become these relationships of soul union and healing and beneficial energies, okay? You're with your rising star of your soul group. You guys are rising stars, I'm hearing, okay? So anything else, what's coming in new for love after, on this point of healing, the star energy? What is that bringing in regards to our perceptions of love? Yeah, being able to move forward on the path, off the karmic path, right? You're choosing your path, right? So you're able to trust the path that you're choosing moving forward, I'm hearing also. So letting go of the path of justice and moving forward towards the path of the star, right? Your North Star, I'm hearing. So moving forward on the path of higher self, higher learning, mysteries of the divine, okay? Beautiful. Mysteries of love, yeah. Let's talk about judgment. Leaving the path of judgment behind, okay, for the path of the star, right? Trusting the decisions that you're making along your path as you move forward. It's like you've learned how to detach from resentment, detach from lower energies that you once held back because of, or held yourself back, or allowed others to hold you back because of, right? You're trusting your decisions, you're trusting your judgment now. Yeah, and you know that you're protected. You don't have to defend yourself moving forward. Your love doesn't have to be defensive, I'm hearing. Okay? You can trust that you're protected, divinely guided. If something doesn't serve you, you can easily release and move forward from it as you move along your path, because you've acquired a level of healing here, okay? Now it's time for us to step into claiming success, getting answers to our biggest questions, and being drunk on life, on our higher self. So let's look into these energies real quick. I'm going to just read over the cards and take it how it resonates for you. It says, the Malachite. This is talking about claiming your success. What is it? With its trademark acid trip swirls, money green malachite is an electrifying, mesmerizing with a high copper content. It's always good for moving energy and making things happen. Who needs it? The overflowing in creativity, but lacking in follow through. The all business all the time set. Where to put it? If you're trading cryptocurrency, writing television pilots, or starting up the next tech giant, try some malachite in your workspace. And when to use it. When the concrete jungle has you disconnected from the earth beneath it. When you've just got to have the money, the power, and all the glory come at it with a heart-forward, sustainable energy courtesy of malachite. Claim your success, okay? So take it how it's resonating for you. what I'm getting from this, it's time to check out from the physical senses, it's time to check out from the physical sense, right? It's time to check into the spiritual sense of things, right? It's time to focus on our creativity but through a spiritual sense, not in the physical 3D sense of 9 to 5s and keeping up with society necessarily. It's almost like, it's talking about writing your own television pilot. So it's you being the creator of the life that you see before you, and doing it in a tempered way, doing it in a balanced way, doing it in a way that pleases your soul, right? That pleases the way you want to manage your time, that pleases your own creativity, okay? And then getting answers to your biggest questions. I'm curious about that. I want to see what our biggest question is here in a minute. But barite is a widely occurring brittle sulfite mineral. It's often transparent or creamy white. Sometimes it's icy blue, beautiful and frosty. Desert rose is a calming variety. Who needs it? Anyone who leaves for work each morning with the sinking suspicion that their true destiny is anything but this. Wow. Where to put it? Take to your forehead during meditation. When to use it? When it's way past time to stop saying yes to things that you hate. Ask barite, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Ask what your true calling is. Then go live it. It will be terrifying, but what's the alternative? Wow. So maybe, I know I've been searching this question. What is my true purpose? How can I balance out what I love to do with the responsibilities of showing up in the world, right? With the bills, right? With the time management, sharing myself with others wisely. These are the questions, right, that I've been asking. And so it's like, yes, if you're going to a 9 to 5 job, or you're doing something just to get by, just to pay the bills, Spirit's telling us it's time to surrender and take a leap of faith, and to focus on our creativity and claim our success. Focus on our dream. Focus on that book you want to write. Focus on traveling where you want to travel. Focus on singing or writing or being creative in this world, leaving something here, being creative, following your creativity is important. And let your higher self is your guide. The divine self is your intuition, is going to guide us. If we surrender to thinking we need to control how things are going to get done, Spirit's saying, if we can surrender that and follow in like this carefree gypsy type way of just moving through life with our divine guidance, our spiritual guidance, our higher self guiding the way, releasing control. I know that's harder than it sounds. I'm sitting here talking about it, but I know it's not easy. Trust me. I'm just telling you what the message is, okay? I'm still working on it. If I figure it out, I will definitely pass it along. Hopefully I'll figure it out soon. But that's what they're saying. So it's time to get drunk on our higher self. What is it? Amethyst is a lilac to dark purple, semi-precious gemstone from the quartz family. The ancient Romans believed amethyst got its lush purple color when the god Bacchus spilled wine on a clear stone. Today, amethyst is believed to assist in connecting with the big guy in the sky. Ooh, beautiful, divine. I love you, Father. Who needs it? Train wrecks who go off the rails on the wet and wild route to Bacchanalia, or any Pisces. So if you're feeling like you're out of control, tap into your higher self. If you're asking these deeper questions and you're wondering, why don't I have the answers, or, what's the next step? You're going to get this from your higher self, from your divine self, from going within and tapping into the divine, and then being courageous enough to be patient when the divine says be patient, and jump when the divine says jump, is what I'm getting, okay? And letting go of control of how things are going to work out for you. Where to put it? The interior decorator's little purple secret. Amethyst can uplift the vibe of any living space. When to use it? When it's time to give up the victim routine and start living with purpose, hold on tight to amethyst. And yes, that's what's going on. As we're going through this changes around our perceptions of love, of how we move through love, we're releasing the path of justice and trying to hold back for fairness. Okay, we're tapping into our higher self, into our soulmate union with self, with the divine, which brings in soulmate union with your soul tribe. Okay, you're trading that path. As you move forward, you're choosing your path of healing, and you're doing it trusting that your decisions, that you are protected, and that your decisions moving forward, you will always be protected. There's no wrong choice, because it's like, Spirit's been teaching me this, if you make a decision and say it doesn't work out for you the way you expected, you don't got to beat yourself up for making a wrong decision, because that decision is actually a stepping stone, even if it feels like it ended up not being the best decision for you. The point of the exercise I'm hearing is to know how to release something when it's not for you. Know how to release and choose a new direction without holding yourself to condemnation or berating yourself for the path that you went down. Right? It's like releasing that and understanding that every step you take is a step in the right direction. The thing that holds you back is when we're unable to release and move forward, when we realize it's time to change, it's time to choose a new step, right? It's okay, this is no longer serving my higher purpose, this is no longer a help to my path, it's a hindrance. Okay? It's beginning to hold us back in some way. So when that happens, right, trust that you are protected and make a new decision and continue to just keep moving forward towards your star, towards healing. Okay, so let's look at the biggest questions. Where can I go for that, Spirit? Hold on. Around lovers, I'm hearing. So let's go. What is our biggest question around lover real quick, and then we'll look at our biggest spiritual question. So what is the biggest question when it comes to love, Spirit? What is our biggest question we're searching for when it comes to love, please? To the lovers. Okay. Chemistry. There is okay, yes, the ones that you're meant to be with. Our biggest question is, do we have chemistry? That should be our biggest question when we approach any lover. Energetic chemistry. Chemistry is energy. It's what draws us together. So if there's no chemistry or passion between you and another, then it's time that's okay. Because relationship is meant to be passionate and full of chemistry, full of energetic exchanges, right? In order to create abundance, remember? Okay, so if the chemistry is off, or if you feel that the chemistry has dulled or has passed, right, then that's telling you that you guys learned all you needed from one another, and it's truly time to be able to let each other go with a space of love and choose and move forward for the next grand adventure. I'm hearing move forward to learn from wherever you are magnetically being attracted for your soul's growth, right? We want to hold on to each other for dear life because of we built this together, or we're obligated to this, and loyalty. But is that truly loyalty, or is it an illusion? You got to ask yourselves that. If there's no chemistry, if there's no passion between lovers, then your fires dull out. Your light starts to dim. You start becoming robots to one another, and you stop igniting one another's passion, right? There's no judgment there. It's a sign from your higher selves. It's a sign from the divine that you've learned and acquired all that you are to learn and acquire in that situation. It's time to exchange energy and create abundance through passion and chemistry and ignition. Okay, so I'm not saying you don't work on it. You do what you want to do. I'm just telling you what I'm getting here. So you either vamp up the chemistry if you feel like that's what you need to do with one another and your chemistry has died or your passions have died between one another. You either, reignite it if you feel that's what you want to do, or it's like you tap into your higher self, your soul self, and you ask the hard question of, okay, What's next? And how do I release this situation with love? What have I learned? What perceptions have I gained from this situation? How do I release this situation with love, not waiting for someone to fix themselves or someone to fix me? We are all responsible for our own selves. Okay, how do I move forward in the highest healing way and be excited about my life again is kind of what I'm getting, right? But there are lovers that we're being drawn to on this path that are the Two of Cups, union energies, that you're going to share chemistry with these people. They're meant to be part of the next part of the journey, right? They're aligned. They're in alignment. When we release the energy, right, trying to balance out and what's fair and what isn't fair, we don't perceive our highest good. Spirit knows, divine knows. We're trying to control the world around us and control relationships and other people around us by what we think is fair and just and right. But Spirit's here reconfiguring the whole world. And that comes down to not just us reframing our own perceptions about us, but it's also how we view relationship and how we view moving through relationship. Okay? So if there's no chemistry, there's no strong magnetic attraction, then what's the advice in that regard, Spirit? If there's no chemistry, no passion and connection, what do you want us to do in that situation? Or forgive and learn. It's an opportunity to forgive and learn. But you don't have to hold yourself to that space. Okay? You love yourself. You take your self-esteem and your self-worth and your lessons. You move forward in a loving, forgiving way. And you learn. You realize every relationship is an opportunity to learn. Okay? We don't hold ourselves or another back. Okay? We release one another. It says, as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Okay? And then that leads to the one that you're meant for. Look what's on the bottom. This could be the one. So not everybody is in this situation, but we've all experienced it, I'm hearing, in order to move on to the next situation, right? We will all experience what I'm talking about, and it's to simply, there's no judgment needed, there's no need for justice right? There's just realizing, okay, this is a guide point. This is a sign from my higher self and the divine that me and this person have learned all that we need to learn. We can move forward lovingly, thanking each other for the experience we've shared, and release each other to go and grow and expand and learn more, expand more, because we love each other. We still love each other, right? And I want you to grow and I want to grow, so let's forgive and learn from what we've gone through and give each other the freedom to move forward into our higher self, into healing. Right? Be friends. Realize that your friendship, your love will never die. Right? Let your friends help. Okay? Be friends to one another. You don't have to leave relationship and connection with anger and resentment in your heart. Always hold space of friendship and love for one another, even as the relationships may change. Okay? Yeah. Trust, it's not about trust, Spirit's saying. It's about trusting that the situation is calling for you to grow your faith. Okay? Anyway, so that's what I'm seeing in regards to love. So let's talk about in regards to spirituality. Right? Spirit, let's talk about that. So what is our biggest question? What's the answer to our biggest questions in spirituality? Connecting with Spirit. How to connect with Spirit. So your biggest question when it comes to spirituality, you're going to gain those answers by connecting with Spirit. Whatever that question, because I get many on any given day, right? So how to get your answers when it comes to love is to trust, read the energy, trust the energy, trust in the way that your chemistry is drawing you to or repelling you from. And when it is time to be repelled energetically from a situation, trust. Don't leave it with resentment. Leave it with higher perception that it's just time to grow and expand in a new direction. and love and forgive and take your lessons. Now, when it comes to spirituality questions, it says, I develop a quiet mind that allows me to tune in and get in touch with my higher self or my spirit. I listen for the guidance that is there waiting for me to hear. I am open to the truth and I welcome spiritual inspiration from others. And that's why we have to be able to connect with others along the path. Right? When we learn what we need to learn in one situation, whether it's family, lovers, or friends, it's time to expand, right? We need to move forward, Spirit's saying, with love in our hearts, okay? Because it's truly, we gain inspiration from others in our path. But if we hold ourselves to a situation that may be out of balance, this is what we've learned. I'm hearing. This is what I know I've learned. If we hold ourselves to unbalanced situations, waiting to change, waiting for something to change, or balance, or for someone to see our worth, then we're holding ourselves back, okay? Waiting for justice that may never come. Waiting for what's that word, Spirit? Closure. Waiting for closure that may never come, right? So instead of holding back, waiting for closure, waiting for justice, waiting for balance, right? Spirit saying connect with your higher self. Your higher self, your divine connection is all that you truly ever will need. That's the only thing that any of us actually need. It's like breath. You need breath, you need food, you need water, and you need the provider of all of those things above all, which is the divine, which is the higher self, which is your soul self, okay? So it's okay to move forward. It says, I will benefit greatly by practicing meditation and stillness. I ask for inner guidance to assist me in getting more in touch with my spirit. I know that if I ask for guidance, it will be given. Okay? How can we claim our success? How do we claim our success? How we claim our success is gaining inner harmony, inner peace through higher self-union, through union with the divine, that peace that surpasses all understanding that we gain as we move from situations that no longer serve us into situations that do serve our higher selves, without resentment, without judgment, with forgiveness, right? And trusting in the path ahead, trusting in the higher selves guidance as we move in our path ahead, that we are protected. I trust my innate wisdom and respond accordingly. This is how we claim our success. I trust my innate wisdom and respond accordingly. I do not allow my mind to create doubt or to override my strong gut feelings. I accept and express my feelings while accepting the feelings of others. And that's back to that relationship stuff I was talking about. I am at peace with myself and those around me, and I do not harbor unrealistic expectations of myself or others. I release the need to control others or to let others control you. My personal power is free from ego and from any desire to manipulate or exploit situations or people. The foundation of all my thoughts and actions is trust in my higher self. Beautiful. This is that card on how we claim success is connecting exactly to what I was just channeling about what we've been learning on the path to this point, right? How to move through relationship, how to read the energy, the chemistry of connections, and not to hold ourselves back and stay in energetic unbalance, right? You know what I mean, right? It's if you don't have your inner harmony, then you have nothing but energetic blockages, okay? And this is what I've learned. And this might offend a few people, and I'm sorry if it does, but this is what I know. This is what I've experienced. This is what I've learned. I've had the unbalanced energy, okay? I've tried to hold on to situations, trying to transmute and balance energy within myself, thinking that was the right thing to do, when truly Spirit was trying to teach me, no, we're giving you these unbalanced energies, these anxieties, these heavy energies as cues that it's time to move forward and to do it with forgiveness and love in your heart and great gratitude for the experience, right? But it is time to move forward, and as you move forward, you will claim your inner harmony, right? you will claim your own inner balance and your own inner harmony. So when those energies are out of balance, out of whack, it signals that you're not, that they need you to pay attention to something in your life that may need to be released, whether it's a perception, a job, a relationship, okay, a family member. It could be anything. Okay, you will know, because it will keep coming up over and over in your mind, and it'll be like, instead of having inner harmony, your mind will feel like it's constantly on that situation, and it's causing anxiety, or it's causing worry or doubt, or it's just consuming you. Okay, the thing that's consuming you in those unbalanced ways is the exact thing that change needs to be created around. Okay, and that's always going to be your signal, Spirit's telling me. All right, so that's beautiful. So the challenge is seeing our own self-worth, right? That's the challenge when it comes to these situations. Choosing self, choosing harmony for self instead, right? Or choosing to stay in a situation, whether it's a job, a family situation, a lover situation, a perception, staying in that certain frame or certain situation, thinking that you need to control it, or waiting for someone to see your worth, or thinking you can fix something, right? Or that, oh, if I just do this, I can balance this out. The divine is the one who balances all things out. Your higher self is the one who will give you balanced energy, bring that in for you when you make the choices they're leading you to make. When you're out of sync with what your higher self is telling you, you are going to feel unbalanced energy. You are going to feel anxiety, okay? Because they're trying to get your attention, and they will continue to give you that energy until you see what they're trying to show you, okay? And once you get in sync with what your higher self is trying to show you, you will experience peace that surpasses all understanding. You will experience inner harmony, okay? This I've gone through. I know it to be true. I can speak because it's my experience. So I know what Spirit's saying right here is exactly the truth. So they take me through these things. I have to learn the hard way so that I can speak to you guys on this and explain this stuff. Right? So hopefully you don't have to learn the hard way, and that you're like, oh, that makes sense. So you, when it happens to you, you know quickly how to move through it, because it took me years of work, years of this stuff, years of experience that what did not feel so good all the time, okay? In order to be able to put the words and the knowledge and the wisdom behind it, so that hopefully you can rise above it without so much affecting you, okay? That's just, you can take it or you can leave it, but I love you guys, and I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. So let's talk about your challenge, which is self-worth. I honor myself by doing things that please me, not only those that please others. I was a big people pleaser. I put everybody above me for so long, I didn't even remember who or what was for me. Like, I couldn't even remember my original self. I had to dig and heal, and I'm still healing. Right? I'm still finding myself again. I'm still learning and growing, and that's part of the process. But I know what this is about. It's people pleasing. It's thinking that love means putting others above you all the time, and always telling them or doing for them, and not expecting anything in return kind of energy. That's not an even exchange. That's you loving, yes. But if you're not getting it back in a balanced way, it's not an even exchange, and it's depleting your energy. It's depleting your self-worth. It's taking you away from your higher self, your original self. So it's time to claim self-worth back and self-esteem. Okay? Honor yourself by doing things that please you, not just the things that please others. You can still please others and be kind to others and love others. Yes, that's love, right? But in a balanced way. It's okay to say no when you don't want to. It's okay to say, I just don't have enough energy today. It's okay to say, I don't agree. Okay? It's okay to remove yourself from a situation that makes you feel burdened or unbalanced energetically, or or not in harmony with self. It's actually necessary. It's a necessity. Anyways, I am empowered as I release the need to live up to other people's unrealistic expectations of me. When I respect and approve of myself, others will naturally do the same. I teach others how to treat and respect me by how I treat and respect myself. I know I am worthy of love and respect. The boundaries I create with others acknowledge my self-worth. Okay, that's beautiful. And I'm being told to pull a goddess card on this. So as you claim your self-worth, you're stepping into your beautiful goddess energy, whether you're feminine or masculine, okay? If you're resonating with this and you're in this as part of the ascension where you're doing your work and you're getting these understandings, you've been asking the questions about this stuff. Is it okay to let this relationship go? Is it okay to let this family member or this job go that has me feeling out of whack? Okay, yes, the answer is yes, because you're meant to release this so that you can step into your union, your energetic union with self. As you come into union with self, you're going to come into union with soulmate energies, soul tribe energies. We're all soulmates, okay? It's you following your North Star, okay? Your North Node, I'm hearing. And you're protected along this journey as you make these decisions. So it's bringing you into, it's bringing you into your goddess energy. And what is that goddess energy that we claim? As we claim our self-worth, our self-esteem, the goddess of light. It's bringing you into the light, babies. Okay? The goddess of light. We are all sacred mirrors reflecting back the same light. Okay? So if you are being asked to remove yourself from any of this stuff we talked about, it's because the mirror that you once needed to be reflected to you, you have expanded. And that mirror is no longer going to serve its purpose to reflect back the lessons that you need to continue to grow. The lessons and the understandings and the perceptions and the experiences needed to continue to rise. Right? But if you hold yourself back to the mirror, right, you no longer are a reflection of your environment or your relationships. Okay, you grow stagnant. You become stuck in karmic patterns, and you stop growing in that moment. You get frozen in time, right? So in order to continue to move forward into your goddess energy, it's about following the light, following the inner harmony, following peace and self-worth. Okay, following love. Following the truest version of love, letting go of our old perceptions of what is love to follow the divine's teaching and revelations of what truly is love. Love is unconditional. Love is divine. Love is teaching, right? Love is inner harmony. Love is peaceful, okay? So realizing that, you're a reflection, you're a reflection of all others, and all others are a reflection of us. Okay, so what is being reflected to you in any given moment, right? You perceive, once you gain your self-worth, you perceive the world as the mirror, right? You don't hold on, right, to attachment any longer, because you can move fluidly through situation, through relationship, through creative endeavors or jobs, and you don't hold on so tightly. You don't find yourself attached. Okay, you can move through these things when you see that all things are a reflection of what point you're at on your journey, okay? And when it's time to choose a new point of the journey, you can easily detach to rise above, right? To find the next adventure, right? Okay, and then you've got, the joy permeated mother. I am my own guru. So as we're our own gurus, because your level of learning, your level of teaching yourself depends on the environment you find yourself in, or allow yourself to be in, or the wisdom you seek, the ones who are aligning with you type thing. I know that the self never changes, okay? Your self you're always you can always be who you are, right? You're never going to change. Your higher self it's like this world we're experiencing I'm almost getting like, it's almost like, we call it the Matrix, but it's like the hologram for the higher self. It's the schooling for the higher selves. Guidance as our teachers, right? It's like our schooling, our lower self schooling to come into union with the higher self, but it's also an exercise for our higher self as the teacher, if that's making sense. Right? We are our own guru. And so we move, as we claim our self-worth, we move into trusting in the teachings of self. Okay? We don't look for answers outside of ourselves any longer. We truly are looking within ourselves for these answers. And the Lady of the Lotus born, we expand. We expand. Embodiment is the deepest bliss. My body was made for enlightenment. Beautiful. This is beautiful, okay? So let's talk about choosing a new direction, and then I know this is a long video, you guys, but let's talk about this. I'm being led to go to my Rebel deck and then read out of the book to just kind of sum this all up. And this is the new path. So choose your path. Let love, it says, direction guardian, heart guard. Let your heart be your director, right? Let your balanced, harmonious heart direct you, guide you. That is union with your higher self. That is true guidance, okay? A harmonious heart that truly is open to love, is giving love, but in a healthy way, not in a way of attachment, not in a way of seeking justice, or you know what's right, you know what you need, right? We never know. We never perceive our own best interests, okay? We don't, but the divine does. So choosing to follow your heart. Let your heart be your guide, I'm hearing, okay? Releasing ourselves from attachments to energies, situations, experiences, forgiving and learning and moving through them in a fluid, energetic way, right? Through connecting to spirit. That's how we're going to be successful, by holding on to the inner harmony. That's how you align with your star self, okay? Oh, I got a card here. Yeah, that's how you step out of the storm, okay? Out of the storms, the chaos, the drama of life, into diving for the light. So we're going to read about diving for the light, Spirit's saying. So let's read about that. And then on the bottom, we've got vision of life beyond death, right? Living, right? Living. Vision of life beyond death. This is what you're doing right now, are the seeds you're planting for the next adventure, okay? I don't view death as, I feel, this is what Spirit's been telling me. It's like when we pass away from one realm, you may not even realize that you passed from that realm, because it's like we continue to expand and grow. It's like you go to sleep, you wake up, and you're still in the world, but you're experiencing that world through higher energy, higher connection, higher perception. You may have passed away in another realm, and so others behind you might think, maybe in their timeline, they're viewing you as you have passed away. But you're in a new realm. You don't even realize it. I know that sounds crazy, but that's kind of what they've been teaching me lately. But I'm still digging into it, okay? I don't see death. I don't believe in death anymore. I just don't, okay? But anyways, diving for light. How brave you are. This is about choosing the new direction and following your heart to be your guide, okay? Your higher self. How brave you are. You are diving for light. It can be so much simpler to seek light in the heavenly, in that which is blissful, sweet, loving, and kind. To look for the light in that which is dark is an advanced task that only a rebellious and brave heart will attempt. You may not feel that you have taken such a journey by choice, yet you have taken this wise challenge on from deep within your soul. Your innermost being has evoked this situation in your life with the intention that you grow in power, wisdom, and creative juice. It also wants you to experience a bold and fearless trust in life and become further empowered to live it with zest and courage. The oracle of diving for light speaks of a time when you are called into darkness through life's circumstances, situations, relationship challenges, or inner struggles that defy clear understanding. That's what Spirit's saying that you can release, okay? You signed up for this, right? That darkness might be a creative block, a sense of being in a void, or feeling of depression, rage, sadness, fear, or anxiety. There may or may not be an obvious cause. The darkness might be generally accepted and socially acknowledged because there is a socially acceptable or obvious reason for it, right? Socially acceptable, what's normal, what's expected, right? With that justice four of Pentacles energy, right? It's just what's expected, right? But that's all changing, okay, Soul Tribe? So there might not be an obvious cause. The darkness might be generally accepted and socially acknowledged because there is a socially acceptable or obvious reason for it, such as a death, divorce, or retrenchment. However, there may be no obvious justification for your experience of darkness, right? So don't hold yourself back waiting for justice. You may never get that justice. You may never get that reasoning you're looking for, that justification for why, or that closure, okay? Our job is to release and move forward to higher understanding, higher perception, okay? You might not need a reason to be able to accept it. That's the very next sentence. You might not need a reason to be able to accept it. Likewise, you may struggle to find an unconditional acceptance of your experience, right? You might struggle to find that closure. Just know that you are actually on track and right where you need to be. Our creative process and our spiritual paths go through a similar turning of the wheel. There is spring and summer in the seasons of our soul, as well as in the earthly ones. There is the autumn harvest, and there is the death inherent in winter, when energy is concentrated and pulled within to seek out the darkness where it can rest, regenerate, and simply be, until the time is right for new life, energy, and creative inspiration to burst forth. When diving for light, one must be willing to bear the darkness and understand it has a purpose, much like winter does upon the earth. It is not an error or through lack of consciousness that you are there or that you are here now. It is a testament to your spiritual growth and creative process, not a sign that they are lacking or stalling. The healing processes help you with your inward plunging and to successfully navigate it. This oracle brings particular guidance that although you are powerful, you are also vulnerable at this time. You need to be alert to sabotage and criticism that may make your progress more difficult than it already is. And that's these situations that I was talking about where it causes this harmony, and it's time to forgive and learn, to detach, not to look for why you went through a dark situation, right? But to trust in divine guidance, your divine connection, and follow your heart through the chemistry, the magnetic attraction, through inner harmonies, okay? So where was I? Sorry. So you may be vulnerable at this time. So you could be alert to sabotage, criticism that's trying to make it kind of difficult than it already is. Anyways, that would be rather unnecessary. So to hold yourself back to those energies is rather unnecessary right? You went through the process. You've gained your lessons. It's time to forgive and learn and detach. At least some of the people around you might be more attached to their fear and doubt than to their faith in your process and the ways of the creative, rebellious spiritual path that asks us to trust unconditionally. They may be frightened due to a lack of understanding. You don't need to carry their fear for them. You have your own process to attend to, and they can choose to be inspired by your journey or frightened by it. They are free to respond as they wish. And whatever those responses are, they are part of their journey for them to work through. You also need to be vigilant against the darker forces within you. These are the voices that you may not expect, particularly if you are a pure-hearted being who typically resonates with love. These voices or feelings might surprise you with their dark intensity. They may be feelings of hate, terror, or wanting only to sleep because anything further is just too hard. They may contain vicious criticism of yourself or tell you that your inner creative work is pointless, unoriginal, not worth it, or stupid. These dark forces might try to tell you that you are on the wrong path, suggest that you will fail, or ask with great condescension, who the hell do you think you are? Yeah, that I went through this. You balance and take your power back from those dark forces, right? That's what we've been going through and doing. And as we do that, we gain our inner harmony, and we're being led by the higher positive force, okay? You must stay in your heart and not believe these dark forces. Stay in compassion. Love is the answer to everything, Soul Tribe. Fear creates the energy of anger, hate, and destructiveness. These forces are a part of life. We don't have to be frightened of them, nor do we need to deny their existence or try to ignore them in order to find light in the darkness. We just need to hold compassion and be intelligently aware so we can avoid being seduced in the trap of needing to prove ourselves or into the mistaken belief that we need to fight against darkness. It is too easy to get caught up in trying to heal the dark. Darkness just is. Recognize it when it is there and be in your compassionate heart. All you need to do is make a choice. Will you stay in your heart, or will you be seduced by darkness and overcome by hate or sleepiness? Right? That sleepiness is that energy of holding yourself back. Diving for light is a spiritual test and a threshold for all true creative work. We successfully navigate our way through this test and pass the threshold into new creative birth by staying connected to the light of compassion in our own hearts. It is not an easy test, but it is one that you must be ready for. Otherwise, it wouldn't be coming to you now. Just remember, it is the light of the heart that sustains. It exists within us always, even in the darkest depths of unknown terrain. This oracle comes with a special message. There is a darkness within or around you that could become problematic if left unchecked. If for no particular reason you find yourself feeling unbalanced, angry, irritated, hopeless, or tired more easily than usual, unable to rest, or it is just too much effort to exercise or take care of yourself, then this darkness is having an unnecessary effect on you. That's the guideposts, those feelings, those energies. That's what Spirit was talking about a while ago. Those are your signs that it's time to release without attachment. It's time to let go of something you've been attached to, holding on to too tightly, whether it's a relationship, a perception, a job, a family member, a lifestyle, whatever that is. If you're feeling these energies, those are simple guideposts that you're holding on. You're holding on to a darkness, a darker energy, longer than needed. Dark energy is our teacher, just like the light is our comforter. Okay, so when you're done learning from an energy, it will become darker energy, and it will cause these other energies within you. That's necessary, though. You don't have to fear the process. It's necessary to push you towards the light, towards your healing, towards your comfort, okay? That's what I'm getting from this, okay? So don't let it it's having an unnecessary effect on you. It is time to end that now from a place of compassion. The healing process below will empower you for that task. Don't be afraid. You are learning this lesson and the unending power of compassion because you are ready for it. Feel honored by the lesson and stay humbly centered in your powerful, rebellious heart that refuses to be conquered by fear and remains faithful to love. All will be well. Okay, I know this is a long video, but I'm going to do I'm going to do this healing process for any of you guys who are struggling with those unbalanced energies still. Okay, there's a reason for it. Yes, the reason is the energy is here to teach you and to push you into understanding love and compassion, understanding how to release with detachment in a loving, compassionate way, and not holding yourself back, right? Waiting for justice, waiting for it's like holding yourself back, right? It's time to balance these energies that are, instead of holding yourself back for these energies, release these energies that are holding you back. And that's when you gain your balance, okay? Here's the healing process. Say this out loud, whether it makes sense to you or not. I call upon the presence of unconditional love. Be here now without restraint. Feel me and feel this space. Touch all beings with your grace. I feel the presence of unconditional love within me. I acknowledge the presence of unconditional love all around me. I am the presence of unconditional love, and in this love, no fear can remain. May unconditional love guide any fear back to the light of love, or back into the earth, as serves the greatest good. My body, mind, heart, and soul are now completely bathed in the protected by unconditional love. Through my own free will, this is so. Amen. Okay, so repeat that to yourself. Anytime you're feeling you need to overcome fear or release or find harmony over an energy, okay? All right, Soul Tribe, so that's what I'm getting. Let's pull a card from the Father, from the Divine, from your, and just to claim this reading, Father. What do you we're being led to the light, to higher perception, to understanding of the deeper questions when it comes to relationship, when it comes to ascension and growth and healing. And so it's a beautiful path. It's okay to embody bliss. You are your own teacher. You are being taught by the divine within you, your higher self, and you are the goddess of light. So, Father God, Holy Spirit, what do you want to leave for my tribe today? Light and joy and peace abide in me. This is what the Father wants for each and every one of us. Harmony, peace, light, joy. Okay? At any given moment. And when you're not experiencing this, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with you. You've just learned what you needed to learn. So the darker forces, the darker, heavier energies, or the divine's allowing it to affect you to create change for you to step higher into the light, okay? And that's the perception we need to have about those kind of situations, those kind of energies. You are as God created you, not what you made of yourself. Whatever evil you may think you did, you are as God created you. Whatever mistakes you made, the truth about you is unchanged. Your sinlessness is guaranteed by God. Okay? Your body is made for enlightenment, Soul Tribe. It says, I know the self that never changes, right? The truth about you is unchanged. And I give my life to God to guide today. The divine is always in control. Your higher self, which is your God self, the divine self, is always in control and here to guide you. Right? All things are lessons that God would have you learn. Every experience, every relationship, every perception change, every so-called mistake are lessons that God brought you to and through in order to teach you more about self, about the divine realm we live in, the divine realm that we are in always, whether we realize it or not, okay? Everything are lessons, experiences, relationships, all that's lessons that God wants us to learn. It takes great learning to understand that all things, events, encounters, and circumstances are helpful. And when we give our life to God today, to guide, we should ask these questions of all experience, all situation, all relationship. What would you have me do? Where would you have me go? What would you have me say and to whom? Love is the way I walk in gratitude. Try then today to begin to learn how to look on all things with love, appreciation, and open-mindedness. All right, Soul Tribe, I love you guys, and I'm going to let you go now. I know I've been on here for a long time. I hope this helped you. God bless. I love you. Beautiful job, by the way, Soul Tribe. Be proud of yourself and take some of the pressure off of yourself. Truly, truly think about what this message is telling you. I love you.